Oh, it's so good to be with you. So I might sound a little nasally here. I got sick after visiting family. Shocker. So I want to talk with you today about a few things. I want to talk about energy, frequency, the eclipse, and family, and some things that we can notice. And mainly, I really want to speak to those that know that they're meant for more and are ready to play a bigger game in life. One of the things that I put out on my channel, what we do here and what I teach here is about limitless thinking. I specialize in reprogramming the subconscious mind, and I do this holistically. We look at how you're eating, how you're moving, how you're thinking, right? And how we're nourishing ourselves. But what we forget is the impact that our family has, that our lineage has, um, that the different how do I want to say it? The different projections, identities have been put on us. And I talk a lot about identity. And I even did a video on how to reinvent yourself. And I really wanted to share with you something powerful that happened for me. I've been dedicated and done this work now. I've had my own business for 17 years. I've been in the self development, self growth world for 22 years. Um, and, often, and I hear this a lot, is what do we do, or why is it I thought I had healed that. I thought I had done all the work around it. I thought I had done all the therapy and other things. And it's never that it's not that we can't heal, but what happens is things will come back up, especially if they're a core wound, when we're at a higher level of consciousness to heal them. So we'll heal at one level and we'll have to go to the next. Now, one of the things that happened with this eclipse is this is a real ending of a cycle. You're going to notice that there's big um, karmic ties to end. And what I mean by that, and what I really want to say here in the most concise way, I know this is a live. But I'd want to hear from you. Did anybody else get sick after this eclipse? Did anybody else feel under the weather? Did anybody else notice a repeated pattern or situation that was similar to the last eclipse? I would love to hear that in the comments below. And this is what I want you to know. Anything that's happening for you is happening for you. Anything that you're experiencing right now is happening for you. My brain is a bit fuzzy as I'm doing this, so work with me here, guys. But anything that's happening for you, it is happening for you. I know I keep saying that. The other thing that I want you to know that's really, really important is that many times we can think we've surrendered, and I'm going to use myself as an example. So I thought that I had very much surrendered over into I am living my life for me. And I really saw that I was still living through a lens of deeply desiring acceptance and approval from family, and really still being very tied to living in a way that I thought would be in alignment with what they wanted for me. And I really had to get clear, and it was a painful clearing, I have to be honest, of where I had to sit there and go, wait a minute, I'm reclaiming my life for me. My soul came here for me. My life is for me. And I really had to awaken and ask myself the hard truth. Am I living my life for me, or am I living it still for somebody else? And it can be a tricky mask under the realm of caretaking. I'm not saying not to care for parents and other things of that nature by any means. I love my family to no end. What I am saying though is that there's something that very much came up for me, and I'm wondering if it's coming up for you, because I often find what comes up for me is often meant for my community, especially after I've learned how to handle it, which is why I'm here right now. And what I saw that was needed for me more than anything was even deeper, stronger boundaries around my time, boundaries around my commitment, boundaries around and really shifting what I wanted to be real for me. Meaning, I was putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on myself. And then I was getting frustrated if it wasn't being appreciated. Now, I teach this and I know this, but also I want you to understand we're all human. And when we're going through it, we can also go think, no, I'm doing this for me. No, this is for me. But I really had to sit there and go, was I doing that for me? Was it really what I wanted, or was it because I thought that's what I needed to do because that's what's expected of me and that's just what I've been conditioned to believe? Now, why is this important to understand? Well, when we're looking at manifesting, when we're looking at creating your reality, when we're looking at being limitless, when we're looking, and so many say, creating a new identity, right? Shifting your reality, like stepping into this new paradigm, often what we think we want is not what we really want. It's not what our heart and our soul really wants. It's what we've conditioned ourselves to believe we want. So I say this to you because as you're looking at your manifestations, we're stepping into April, right? We've got another 8 months. How crazy is that, before the new year? And this is time for you to really ask yourself, what do I really want and why? Why do you want so many subscribers on YouTube? Why do you want this many followers here? Why do you want a wedding? Why do you want a baby? I'm just making things up here. Why do you want a certain level of income? And really ask yourself if your why is really a heart-driven, soul-connected why to your joy, to your happiness, or if it's a why based off of preconditioned notions coming from your family, coming from society, coming from what you believe is needed for you to be deemed a good person, a woman, whatever that is. I hope that this is making sense and I'm speaking to you. It's making sense in my mind, but like I said, I've had a sinus infection. It's a little fuzzy, but I wanted to come in here today because I missed you guys and because I truly had something to say. And I saw a big thing with me was I really thought that I was living in alignment with my boundaries and doing things that felt good for me. All right, there we are. I don't know, I just froze. So I really the primary message here today is really ask yourself if the things that you're wanting are things that you truly in your heart want. And even if you think that they are, dive deeper and really go into what's the real why. And I think that that's a very powerful thing to ask ourselves. What's the real why? Because like I said, I think there can be a surface why. I think the ego can get involved and talk you into, no, I do really want this. But when you really start to ask yourself those questions, I believe that the clarity on why you want what you want and why you're doing the things you're doing is going to bring you, if it's in true alignment, it should bring you a lot of joy and peace. And if it's not, then you're going to notice things are going to come up like incongruencies, dissonance, resentment, frustration, getting sick, and other things. And the body never lies. There's a great book called The Body Keeps the Score. And you can also look at Louise Hay's definitions for different illnesses. A sinus infection is an irritation with someone, right? And so I just say that because, like I said, I thought that I was operating under making decisions that I really wanted. But when I really sat with them and looked at them, I was like, no, it was because it's what I thought I should do. I put pressure on myself I wanted, my mom to have this experience. I thought that this would be good for this. And in reality, I was exhausted. I lost a week being sick, and being really run down. And I didn't enjoy myself. And if anything, it just, I felt disappointed and sad and hurt. And a lot of things that I think, had I operated under what my heart really wanted, and had I gone even deeper into the inquiry of really, truly, what's my why? Does this truly feel aligned for me? Is there a shoulding energy here? You know that you're shoulding all over yourself? A should is never an aligned yes. A should comes from obligation and responsibility. And so I wanted to share this message today, and I hope that it speaks to somebody and helps you to really get clear on your why and what you're committed to. Because as much as we throw around know your why, when if you just keep going, but why? Why do you really want that? Tell me more. Why does your heart want that? Why is that beneficial to you in your life? What are you really seeking from it? And if you hit all these great yeses for that, then you're aligned. But if you start dissecting it and asking yourself why, and there's a lot of shoulds, and there's very little desire, very little heart, yay, happiness, right? Then you have your answer. And that's powerful. And that's that North Star for you that will never lead you in the wrong direction. But it does take questioning. It does take sitting in quiet, and it does take giving yourself the space and the grace to ask those questions and taking the time to really find out what's there for you. And I believe that if we do this more and more, then we'll find those authentic truths that will always lead us to where we want to be and will keep us from finding ourselves in situations where we're frustrated or left depleted or feeling resentful or regretful. And that is my desire for you today. So I hope you got something from this quick live here. I'd love to hear from you. Do you enjoy when I pop in live? Do you like these videos? Let me know in the comments below. Was this helpful for you? And how has this eclipse week been for you? All right, all my love, guys, thank you so much for being here and being a part of this community. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and like. And if you want more around alignment, living your life's purpose, and following through on and truly your North Star of knowing that you're meant for more, then I'd love to invite you to join Limitless Academy. It's my ongoing membership. We have an intro rate this month of $98. No commitment. Come enjoy. And if you don't like it, you can always leave, but we would absolutely love to have you. I'd love to see you there. And I share content that I don't share anywhere else. All right, all my love, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. And how do I finish? I don't know what's happening. Okay. Wait, share. This is so different than the other times I've done it. Did they change this? Okay. Okay.